The Himalayas wore their morning veil of mist like a bride, golden sunlight filtering through clouds to dapple the slopes where Tenzin's yak herd grazed. Among them was Karma, a 6-year-old female yak with a coat as black as midnight, save for a single white diamond-shaped patch between her eyes. Tenzin often joked that the mark was a blessing from the mountain gods, a sign she'd one day lead the herd. Karma flicked her tufted tail, swatting at a persistent fly, as she ambled toward a cluster of wild rhododendrons. The flowers blazed crimson against the gray rocks, their nectar drawing a symphony of bees. One bee, larger than the rest, hovered near Karma's muzzle. She snorted, intrigued by its iridescent wings, and leaned closer. The bee, a Himalayan giant honeybee, guardian of its hive, hidden in the crevice above, struck like a dagger. Karma reeled back, a searing pain radiating from her nostril. She shook her head violently, hooves scrabbling against loose stones, and crashed into the rhododendron bush. The impact dislodged the hive. A thunderous buzz erupted as hundreds of bees swarmed. The herd scattered, bells around their necks clanging in discord. Karma bolted blindly, her vision blurring, the world narrowing to the fire in her face and the cacophony in her ears. Tenzin was mending a fishing net by the river when he heard the bells. The sound was wrong frantic, not rhythmic. He dropped the net and squinted uphill. Amala, he cursed, spotting the stampede. His boots crunched over frost as he sprinted toward the chaos. By the time he reached the rhododendrons, the bees had retreated, leaving only silence and trampled flowers. Karma, he called, scanning the slope. His breath hitched when he found her collapsed beside a boulder, her face swollen grotesquely, tongue lolling. Tenzin knelt, pressing his forehead to hers. Her breath came in shallow rasps. "Stubborn girl," he muttered, digging into his satchel for a tin of gur butter. He smeared it on the sting, an old herder's remedy. But her eyelids fluttered weakly, and he knew this was beyond butter and prayers. As dusk painted the peaks violet, Tenzin draped his woolen cloak over Karma and began the treacherous descent to the village. He'd need help, and the only person mad enough to brave the cliffs at night was Dr. Anika Rao, the veterinarian who'd moved from Delhi to save the world, one yak at a time. The village of Sundara slept under a quilt of stars, but a lone light burned in Dr. Anika's clinic. Tenzin pounded on the door. "Doctor, emergency." Anika opened the door, her hair tied in a messy bun, glasses perched on her nose. She took one look at Tenzin's ashen face and grabbed her medical kit. "Bee sting?" she guessed, already pulling out antihistamines. "How did you?" "Your cloak." She pointed to the yellow smears of butter. "Old trick. Doesn't work for anaphylaxis." They set off, Anika's headlamp cutting through the dark. Halfway up the trail, Tenzin froze. A low guttural growl echoed ahead, a snow leopard, silhouetted on a ridge, eyes glinting like embers. Anika gripped his arm. "Don't move." The leopard stared, then melted into the shadows. Tenzin exhaled. "Bad omen." "Or a good one," Anika said. "They say snow leopards guide lost souls. Not tonight," Tenzin prayed. Not hers. Karma's body burned. Her dreams swam with visions, ancestral yaks with golden horns, a glacier that whispered her name, and the bee always the bee, its stinger dripping venom like liquid fire. "She's crashing," Anika said, pressing a stethoscope to Karma's chest. Heartbeats erratic. "We need to get her to the clinic." Tenzin shook his head. "The path's too narrow. She can't walk, then we carry her." They rigged a stretcher from ropes and pine branches, but as they heaved Karma onto it, a rock shifted under Tenzin's boot. The stretcher tilted, and Karma slid, her hoof striking Anika's wrist. The vet bit back a cry. blood welling where the hoof had grazed her. "Go on without me," Tenzin urged, "and let you play hero alone." Anika retorted, wrapping her wrist with a bandana. "Not a chance." The mountain, it seemed, conspired against them. By midnight, clouds smothered the stars, and sleet needled their faces. Karma's breaths grew fainter. Anika injected the last dose of epinephrine. This is it. If her airway closes. Tenzin knelt in the mud, clasping Karma's horns. "Listen to me, Dumri," he whispered, using the nickname he'd given her as a calf. "You are strong. You are stubborn. You do not die today." A rumble shook the ground, not thunder, but an avalanche cascading down the adjacent valley. The shockwave startled Karma awake. With a grunt, she lurched to her feet, swaying but standing. Madness. Anika laughed, tears mixing with sleet. "Let's move." The final obstacle was a gorge spanned by a fraying rope bridge. The villagers called it Lusizam, Bridge of Bones, for the skeletons of fallen yaks that littered the ravine below. Karma balked at the edge. Tenzin tugged her reins. "Trust me, Dumri, step by step." The bridge groaned under her weight. Halfway across, a rope snapped. The bridge lurched. Karma's hind leg slipped through the gap, her bell clanging against the abyss. "Pull," Anika shouted. Tenzin hauled with every shred of strength, veins bulging in his neck. Karma's hoof found purchase, and she surged forward, collapsing on solid ground as the bridge disintegrated behind them. Anika's clinic was a haven of warmth and antiseptic smells. She hooked Karma to N4, administering fluids and steroids while Tenzin paced like a caged wolf. "Will she live?" he asked. "Depends on her will," Anika said. "And yours. Talk to her." So Tenzin did. He sang the lullaby his mother had sung to the yaks, of snowflakes and starry skies. He told Karma about the spring grass waiting for her, the calves she'd yet to lead at T-dawn. Karma's swelling eased. She nuzzled Tenzin's hand, her breath sweet with hay. Weeks later, Karma stood atop the ridge, her white diamond gleaming. Below, the herd grazed peacefully, bees dancing harmlessly among the rhododendrons. Tenzin watched, pride swelling in his chest. Anika joined him, her wrist still bandaged. "You'll keep her closer now?" "No," Tenzin said. "The mountain is her home. But next time," he grinned, "I'll teach her to avoid bees."